Hooray!
Yeah, we're recording now. We're good.
Alright. Okay. Enter.
You start. Do the
Yeah.
honors.
Hello, our loyal fans, followers, and faggots, all at the Hectic Nova YouTube channel. We've got Kevin here playing the game, playing Battlefield 3 right now. And I'm Sean. You might remember me from a couple of videos we've done before, previously. We've had a few encounters. Alright, let's get down to it. Today, it's Monday, the 10th of June, 2013. Now, we were watching the E3 press release and the conferences and all that shit, and we just wanted to basically get to talking and let you guys know our thoughts and all that kind of crap about, like, what we saw and our impressions of the games, and mostly of what Xbox was talking about, because really, it seemed like all the other shit was pretty pointless that was being talked about, except for even the Xbox stuff was kind of boring at most of the points. For the most part, everyone here, or that was here before, is initially mostly a PlayStation player anyway, but it seemed like the Xbox had brought more to talk about because the PlayStation live stream conference hasn't even begun yet, so we can't really get down to talking about anything to do with whatever the hell is going to be going on with that, aside from the unveiling of their new console. So, basically we wanted to say, most of the games that Xbox did talk about, go around the corner.
I will eventually. You want me to just jump off?
Is most of that shit was just basically would have made not even that great games. We didn't think so, but more or less good movies, or maybe even television shows, like the cartoony animated kind of game with the two brothers that it looked like a Disney movie, to be honest. And then the thing with the Roman soldiers seemed kind of like Spartacus to me, like a little television-y. A lot of there were very few things that were pretty pretty interesting. Like Forza 5 looked fucking incredible, the graphics, everything like that. For the most part, all the games that they unveiled had great graphics to it. What was it? What was that Titans Fall thing?
I think it was Titans Fall. I'm not sure.
Fall of Titans, some shit like that with the giant
one.
The thing with the giant robots.
Okay.
What's it called? The thing that was basically like Gundam. Yeah. But let's see, what else? The Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
God,
that shit looked amazing.
That went really realistic from the initial trailer thing.
That was incredible. Sequence. Everything about that looked great. Nothing but thumbs up for here to that. That was incredible to me. That was probably one of the top things. Project Spark, that looked pretty fucking cool. That shit seemed interesting. I don't know if it'd be something that great or fun to play if you were alone. It would probably be more fun if you were playing with friends, maybe at a party or like hanging out. Like you just go over to someone's house. It probably would get pretty boring. You play that shit by yourself, and you probably would seem pretty lonely. But
oh yeah, and the reason we're playing Battlefield 3.
Yes. So, yeah, Battlefield 4, which that shit just looked awesome.
Yes.
That was
64 players.
That was incredible. The unveiling for all the information they gave for Battlefield 4, the 64 players, the huge map.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just like fucking
and the destructible
an orgasm right in your face when you saw that. Just right there. I'm pretty sure my eyes were pregnant right when I saw that shit. It was incredible. I thought that was amazing. The graphics, fantastic as always. Everything you can expect from a Battlefield game, obviously.
Yeah. I honestly don't know why DICE is that bad of a company. I mean, EA.
But what did they also do? But for the most part, we were thinking that a lot of the stuff that Xbox was unveiling would be better movies than they would make games and stuff like that. Very few of the things that look like they would be good games. But hopefully we're proven wrong when we finally get a chance to test everything out. For the most part, we're all more than anything PlayStation players. Although we do, it's a fine line when you try and pick and choose between consoles. Because
I mean, I have an Xbox
and I used to have one.
I enjoy it from time to time.
Yeah, but for the most part, would you say you play PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Yeah.
You've seen my videos. All I do is PlayStation. That's it.
It's somewhat to do with the pricing of also a Xbox Live Gold membership as well. But I mean, if it comes right down to it,
controllers.
That too.
God, that's just stupid.
But oh man, come on, fucking go, kill it!
I didn't think it was bad.
What do you mean, guys who jump up and down are evil? It's like obvious. Shit.
It's not obvious. All right, no, but right now we're just waiting for the.
Yeah, we're the Sony live stream has not happened yet.
Why don't they just?
It's just a pain in the ass. Just God, why couldn't they just put it on TV? I'm sure there's a reason. Maybe there's not. There could be, there couldn't be. If you know, maybe you could comment, tell us, let us know the information. If you know, if you don't know, then just put something fucking funny down. I don't care. Just let us know your opinion about what we're saying, what you thought of the game, stuff like that. Everything. We want to hear back from you guys. For the most part, there was like what did blow us away was pretty cool. We were impressed by not every game. For the most part, not even half the games that they presented weren't very impressive to us at their initial unveiling.
I mean,
but what did impress us, it blew our minds, which was pretty awesome. So we're only hoping for good things from the Sony live stream, but especially to do with the console, that might be a huge disappointment considering all of the leaks that they've had.
We don't know what to expect from it.
We have no idea what to expect from it. We have an idea of what we're hoping to expect, but
like the Tronsole thing?
The Tronsole is probably our greatest expectation and possibly greatest fear of what might or might not occur, which is just it's terrifying too. It would be incredible if that was exactly what it looked like. For those of you who don't know what the Tronsole is, go ahead and Google it. I guess you look up images for it. PlayStation 4 leak, and I guess put Tron, Tron, Soul. It's almost like console, but Tron. It's basically like the newer movie of Tron Legacy that came out. It kind of looks like a redesign of something that might have like popped right out of that world, which was incredibly cool looking to all of us. We thought it was fucking amazing. But the odds of them actually creating a console that looks like that are probably slim to none, I would say.
Yeah. I just hope it doesn't look like the PS3.
Yeah, if it does look like that, by the time you watch this video, you'll know, and you'll be like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, like our friend said, it was just like, they're just gonna get the PS3 thing and they're just gonna slap a sticker on it.
Yeah, a friend of ours was telling us that they'll just, basically saying that the live stream was just gonna be a big go fuck yourself to the fans, and that, they would just wind up, putting a sticker that's a number 4 sticker and slapping it onto a PlayStation 3. Which was, it kind of got you to think, like, what if the whole conference they do is just a big bullshit? We were just joking around. What if they don't even unveil it? And that really, it's a joke, but also it kind of gets to you. It makes you think, like, what if they are just fucking with us? Because we all know how the game companies just love to torture the fans about information. They put out those little bits of information on the internet, and they leak a few things and they'll show a few things, and it's ridiculous. I didn't see that coming there, did you?
I just hope Sony doesn't rush any games in development like they did with Uncharted 3. Oh god, that just messed it up.
Kill!
Okay, I get it. This is a violent game. And with campers.
They can take your lives, but they can never take your freedom.
No, they can take your freedom.
No, they added that. It's a new function in Battlefield 4. They can take your freedom.
No. When you're playing Capture the Flag, They automatically take down your flag. See, they were just taking theirs. American flag right there.
Stealing freedom. That's how we roll. We steal freedom, bitch.
America. Freedom.
America.
America. Oh, I did. Didn't I die from an explosion? PKP. Wow.
But
Oh, yo, that one game what Jesse was talking about. It's like, it's this little thing that can absorb other things or something. It's like they showed it in the unveiling for the PS4 controller.
I'm not sure. Oh, that thing. I forget what that was called. It was like start out as like a little kind of robot thing made of tiny bits of metal, and then what's it called? You get bigger or some shit like that. That was weird.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It doesn't look very interesting. I mean, it looks interesting, but it doesn't look like something I would play personally.
Something you'd buy for a 3-year-old kid.
Yeah, it's something you might get for a little kid, a child maybe, like
Little Big Planet.
if you've got a little brother or sister that isn't really a serious gamer and they kind of bug you sometimes to play video games, then I suppose like if you got a couple of dollars laying around, and then I guess, or if it's on sale or something, which I'm gonna anticipate that game might not do as well as most.
Okay, what do you think is gonna happen to game sharing? If we ever did that.
Like what do you think they'll like?
I don't know, because they might try to reduce that, so they'll cut down in the systems.
On the game sharing thing?
Yeah.
That seems like a possibility. I know the fans will probably have a lot to say about that if that's true with the new consoles, that they'll try and like cut back on that. Obviously, because we've all done it before. Even I was about to do it about a week ago for Injustice to get the new Scorpions.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's a real easy way to cheat the system a bit, I guess you could say, which I'm sure they know about it. They don't talk about it much, but they know it's going on. So there's probably a chance that they might. I don't think they'll take it away completely. I doubt that. I doubt that they'll take it away and just like, because that would give like so many PlayStation fans would be pissed.
Yeah, you know what I am upset with?
Yeah.
Xbox. Just in total, just the way the
Just
system looks.
in total, the way it looks, the way everything it does, the way that they talk about it, just everything.
I think it's focused more on TV.
Can we just like talk about for a second the Battlefield 4 when they were doing the live gameplay for it, and how the guy like some type of situation was occurring where the game wasn't playing, or
he stopped for like a good minute. He's
and
like,
the look on his face, and he was just terrified, and I can't even imagine the type of like emotions and bodily fluids that might have been pouring out of that poor man. He was terrified, and the guy holding the controller looked over at him, and he just like he took his right hand off the controller, and he did like a circular motion with his wrist to indicate like just continue, go on, just come on.
He was
and
mad after
he had no idea what to do. He kept looking around. He was just like, oh, let's give it a second. Let's just let it load. But really, he had no idea. And that was just hilarious to us. Because, for the most part, we want Sony to come out on top of everything. We're complete Sony lovers when it comes to PlayStation. Which I used to have a 360, and not saying that it's a bad system or anything like that, but
PS3 comes on top.
I prefer the way that PlayStation does things.
Oh yeah, and if games are gonna cost a lot more money now, I definitely would go with the PS4 if they don't charge for
Yeah,
online.
they're saying that games might cost upwards of like $70. There's a good chance of that. Some games, not all, but there's like, when you think of like really expensive ones, there's a chance that there will be a price increase. We can't say for sure that we know what it will be. There have been some speculations that it will be like $70, $80, some people have said. But with consoles that come with a price increase like we're going to be having now, that there is a good chance that there will be, the games themselves will have a price increase. And if you're not the kind of person that's just rolling in cash, then you might want to go with possibly a PlayStation instead of an Xbox, because really, to have any type of fun, you need online. Because you can only play story mode or anything for so long until the point where you just get bored with it and you want to hang out with friends and talk to them and play games with them and stuff like that. So really what you're going to need to do is, if you don't have enough money to buy the games and also pay for the membership for either the full year or the month or however long you're going to pay for it or willing to pay for it, because the membership itself, it could go up too. We don't know for sure. It may not, but it could.
One good thing I did see about Xbox, it says if you have a membership currently or something, right?
Yeah, it transfers over.
It transfers over.
And they're giving you, if you have the membership, it's not only transferring over, not for just current members of the gold package, but also for new members since the release date of the Xbox One. You will be given 2 free game downloads to keep, personal game downloads of your choosing from a list I'm sure that they have on there of pre-disclosed downloads that they're allowing you to have. It's not going to be like every game ever made they'll let you download 2 out of anything.
Something World of Tanks?
Yeah. They talked about, first of all, when they were unveiling what's it called? They talked about World of Tanks. Personally, I don't give a shit about World of Tanks. I didn't care for it at all. It gets kind of boring and it's really repetitive and the same and stuff like that. Now, there are some people with different opinions and I get that.
Other than it's free.
Now,
there's no other exception to why I would.
If you have a different opinion, if you prefer World of Tanks, then go ahead, comment about it. Let us know what you think about it. Give us your information and intake on what we've said about it. Basically, I just think it's repetitive and that you just do the same thing over and over again, and that really there's not that much fun. Some people might argue that it's very similar to playing I guess you could say like Call of Duty online or Battlefield online, but I feel like there's so much more tactical strategizing that you can do in a game like this, whereas
the building
you can climb up and down buildings, you can go through shortcuts, you can find and maneuver past people and stuff like that. You switch weapons, you change tactics, you can go stealth, you can go forward, backward, sideways, you can do all these kinds of ways of movement. It seems kind of minimalistic where you just have one kind of way of doing things. You can't really go quietly, you can't maneuver around, you can't sneak anywhere, you just fucking bulldoze everything. And you shoot first and that's it. That's all you do. You don't really have any choice to do anything else. There's different tank options which I'm sure give you a better array of a weaponry or gun power or speed and stuff like that, but for the most part I think it's pretty obvious that it's a bit restricting. But it's free, and it's simple, and I mean, it's not like a complicated thing to learn. So I mean, if you're into something like that, then I guess that's your thing. But let us know how you feel about that. To talk about the new Plants vs. Zombies was phenomenal, and that was one of the top things that blew me away because I'm a huge Plants vs. Zombies fan, and I just loved it. And they added a whole motion to it where you get to play as the actual plants. It's 3-dimensional. It's, if you don't know what Plants vs. Zombies is, check it out. You can go on to Bing, and I would normally say Google it, but Google doesn't have this version. Go to Bing, check out Plants vs. Zombies. They'll have a free version that you can try for a while. It doesn't give you full function of all the plants and stuff that you can use, but it's pretty fun. It's basically a tower defense game. The opposing side is of zombies, various kinds of strength and durability with different skill sets and speeds, and they look different. The whole feel is completely, it's like a new realm of thinking when this game was created.
Oh yeah, by the way, The Last of Us comes out on Friday.
Right, The Last of Us. That's going to be a great game.
I'll be doing a gameplay on that. I don't know. Will you be there if you want to go?
I'll be here for The Last of Us gameplay.
Yeah,
I'll be here because the gameplay that we initially watched for it just scared the crap out of me. So you'll be hearing me scream a lot I'll be screeching like a woman. It's gonna be pretty interesting. I thought The Last of Us looked great from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the multiplayer one?
I don't think I did.
The multiplayer gameplay. I think you did see one. Like you can create your own weapons on the spot and like stuff. You can create Molotovs and stuff. And it's just, it looks.
Speaking
great.
of weapon crafting, Dead Rising 3. Dead Rising 3. I don't know. That was another thing that blew our heads. See, there were some things that were just like disappointing to us, but then there were other things that were just mind blowing. If you didn't get the chance to watch, the new character from Dead Rising 3, he has my last name. His name is Nick Ramos. Yeah, for one thing, I'm glad that there's a Hispanic lead character. Let's talk about that. No.
Is he Hispanic? I'm not sure. We're not sure.
He looked Hispanic.
They showed him today, so.
He's a mechanic. If you don't know the Dead Rising series, we're just going to assume that you guys don't know some of the series for anybody who's not really familiar with some of these, and just check it out online, look it up and stuff like that. There was the first one, there was the second one. For the most part, they're the same. You battle through hordes of zombies.
It looks like a bigger world too.
Yeah, the world looks
and the things with the tablet that you can do now.
It's more open world too.
No, but the things with the tablet you can call in the airstrikes is the same thing for Battlefield 4 and Dead Rising.
They're really stepping their game up ever since Wii and the Wii U controller announcement. With now it's tablet controlling. Man, you're really off your game today.
Oh, I'm like 41 to 31. Yeah, I'm off.
But yeah, it's initially hordes of zombies that you're facing off against, and you just have to get through. It used to be very constricting, where you were inside of a building, and there would be certain places where you were safe sometimes, and then you would need a crafting table to mix and match various items that you found out in the world, that you could create different kinds of weapons that you had never seen before, which was incredibly creative by the creators of that, and it was great, and the fans loved it, and it was, the games have taken on such a great direction, and now they've added this more or less like a more of an open world kind of feel to it, where you're in a big city, just huge.
From what we saw.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
And it was pretty cool how it all turned out was just ridiculous. It seemed ridiculously crazy.
The zombies came out of nowhere.
It started off 3 zombies eating a guy, and you kill the first 2, and then as soon as there was one left, out of nowhere, just like the fence collapsed, and there's probably more than 30, 40 behind that fence, and then after that fence collapsed, right before you can even kill one more, the next fence next door just like collapsed, and there's probably more than 40 there too. So you're literally surrounded by a horde of zombies, borderlining 100 zombies right there. You're surrounded, just coming from all directions. And once those notice you, every zombie in the neighborhood seems to like notice from that point. So you have to he climbs onto a building, and he's basically feeling screwed at this point, I'm sure. And he looks around, and literally coming from blocks around, all the zombies, probably hundreds of zombies, are just coming towards the one building you're on top of, which is just a 1-story little crappy it looks like a little house. It's got the little like pointed roof and everything like that. It's ridiculous. But we're not gonna like try and spoil anything, but talking more, the tablets, they're your phones, they've become more intuitive with phones, smartphones, tablets, things like that of various natures like that.
Where you can see your whole.
You're able to like, especially they have it with Battlefield 4. You can check out trophies and stuff like that. Look at stats. Look at characters you've met, players and stuff like that. You can control different things. You can use them for different things that you were never able to do before. Calling in airstrikes and such using tablets or phones and stuff like that, which is incredibly interesting. It was really cool.
Oh, and I saw there were 5 to a squad, which is I think what I saw. and which is one more, yeah, I guess an improvement from Battlefield 3. I was really excited for that. I am really excited for that. It's pretty cool.
So now we're just here playing Battlefield.
Oh.
We're just waiting for this live stream from Sony, hoping it will hurry up quicker.
Starts like at 8.
Yeah,
Around 8.
we're sitting here right now. What time is it right now?
I think 7:39, 7 something.
All right,
That's
so we'll keep playing for a little while. Kevin will keep playing.
I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Everybody's freaking. Oh, light machine gun my ass. Oh, okay, no.
Okay, so before we end this
Come
whole
back
thing,
now.
before we finish this up, let's wrap it up real quick.
Oh, Saints Row 3. How did we miss that?
Right.
Wait, 4. Saints Row 4.
Saints Row. That was crazy as shit.
I'm done with
Saints
this.
Row always seems to outdo themselves every time that they do a new game. They always seem to go even more over the top than they did the last. Now,
Aliens
we
this
all
time.
know Saints Row. It's basically Grand Theft Auto on crack. It's over the top, crazy, ridiculous, and if you don't know it, then obviously, like I said, check it out online. If you don't know a title that we've talked about here, check it out. It's just insane, over the top fun. It's the last game you could hit people in the head with giant dildos. You could smash feet first into the front seat of a car and just steal it. You could just drop kick the shit out of someone right in their face. You've got incredible character customization, not only with look, you've got the way he acts, the way he taunts, he or she, the way the color of their skin, their voice, stuff like that. It's not going to affect the story at all, how they look or anything like that, but it is pretty interesting to put your own spin on how a character is or the clothing they wear or anything like that. In this new one, you get to play as the President of the United States, and then eventually in the middle of an alien attack. You're constantly playing the leader of the Saints, which is a gang that we all know from all the previous gangs that's really risen up from the ground up. They've really risen until they were just like top. And then eventually, within the last game, they were being threatened by other gangs, which then they beat those assholes out. And it's just gotten to such a peak where now you're just playing the exact same character, leader of the Saints, but you're the fucking president of the United States, which is just ridiculous. It's how they do these things where they just top themselves every time. I mean, honestly, if they make another game, I don't know how they're going to top themselves. You're going to be like leader of the world, or you take over the alien race that tried to enslave Earth or something like that. It's going to be incredible if they do bother making another Saints Row game.
Oh, by the way, how do you spell Christy Yamaguchi?
That is a great question.
Christy. Oh, and there's no zombies yet.
Yeah, they've taken out zombies from Saints Row. For those of you that are familiar with the title, you'd probably be disappointed. But where they've taken out zombies, they've added, I'm sure, a lot more things. The traveling through the city is just incredible. They've given you superpowers now.
Yeah.
Literally, actual superpowers. Like, we all know how over the top the game is, but if you have not seen E3 and you have not seen the gameplay or any of the footage
It's probably on YouTube right now.
then please check out all the games we've talked about, including how ridiculous Saints Row is, the new one. Isn't it Saints Row 4? Yes. Yeah. Saints Row 4. Check it out. It's amazing. It's crazy ridiculous. There's like this whole super speed, basically makes you think of DC Universe. How like the super speed running and even the jumping and walking up the walls of the buildings, and then there's like this whole gliding function of once you jump off a building, you go into like a flying kind of gliding mode. There's like this pressurized burst kind of thing where you're in a run and then you kind of tackle someone and hit them with the energy from behind you. It's crazy. There's aliens. It's ridiculous, over the top, everything you'd expect from a Saints Row game. I think I'm going to get it.
Forza 5.
What else was
Forza
it?
5. Forza.
Forza, yeah, we were thinking of Forza was great, looked amazing. It's what else? They talked about they had a Need for Speed, looked really cool.
Did they? Oh, the movie.
Yeah, and they're making the Need for Speed movie.
Jesse from the.
If you know the hit show Breaking Bad, I'm a huge fan of Breaking Bad. Love that show. The guy who plays the character Jesse. He'll be playing the main character from the actual movie, live action movie Need for Speed, which I have high hopes for, but I feel like it's probably not going to be that good.
Yeah.
It's as good as any racing movie could be and any video game adaptation movie could be, which you combine those two together, there's a very slim chance that it'll probably be even like more than 2 stars worth of a movie.
I'm not a fan of the casting they did. So.
Yeah, the casting, the character they picked for the main character. It's not that I don't like the guy that they picked. I could have thought, yeah. The character he plays in Breaking Bad, he's fine for that role, but maybe not for the role that he was chosen. But who knows? I've been proven wrong a few times. It's very, very few times.
No. It's only been like, what, 7, 8? I don't know.
Out of my whole life. Yeah, 7, 8.
I could have saved him. Just like one click of the R2.
But, what was it? The Need for Speed game looked great. The trailer looked pretty cool. I like Need for Speed. The movie looked cool. What was that? The new Halo. They didn't show anything for it.
Yes.
They showed the trailer for the new Halo. And
by the time he pulled out the little pendant thing, some guy knew that he was the Master Chief.
Yeah, our friend Lewis, he had figured it out. He figured out it was Master Chief. All of us were like, "What the hell is this game?" None of us knew what it was.
We were thinking Journey and stuff.
Yeah,
Journey?
we kept thinking, if you don't know what the game Journey is, you should check that out too.
You look like Journey.
You could look it up on PlayStation Network and stuff like that, and on the internet. And it's a really like, it's indie. It's really artistically done, and it's got a main objective to it that you're supposed to find your friend. But getting back to what we were talking about with Halo, they showed no gameplay for it or even what the story's about. It's obvious that it takes place after the last Halo game left off, which if you haven't played it, we're not going to spoil anything for you by telling you, because watching the trailer will do that slightly if you know anything about Halo.
Giant robot.
But
Jesus Prime.
It looked pretty cool. Hopefully they do the game really good, give it the right amount of input that they do. As we know, Spartan's never dead. They're just missing in action. So Master Chief is back. He's a little worn out looking. His helmet's cracked and all that. He looks a little worse for wear. He's been through he's been through hell so far. And I think some people might be wondering if this could possibly be the last chapter of the Master Chief story. Let us know if that's what you're thinking.
I hope so.
Watch it. Let us know what you're hoping for in an ending for his story. And what you're hoping they don't do, what they do, anything like that. If you're hoping they don't end it, if you're hoping they do. Anything that interests you with Halo, with any of these games that we've talked about. Any hopes or things that you do not wish that they would do, things that you think they could improve upon, stuff like that. Comment, subscribe to us, like our videos.
And yeah, we'll keep doing commentaries, I guess.
Yeah, we'll keep doing commentaries. This right now, it was more of like an in-depth disclosure about all the things that we had seen and felt today.
Oh.
Our usual kind of thing is our comedic kind of stuff, where we kind of
at least I captured it.
Off the rails a bit, ridiculous.
Redundant.
While we play. This is more of a serious kind of, just to let you know and to update you on everything that's been going on. So this was your informative report from Sean.
And Kevin.
And make sure you subscribe, Hectic Nova, on YouTube. Yep. Tell your friends, share videos, like them, let us know, comment, do all that. Please and thank you. And we'll get back to you, I guess, when we do, after we watch the Sony live stream, I guess we'll do a new thing. And we'll also be doing, I guess, commentary for The Last of Us.
Oh, yes.
Friday. Which that I'll anticipate to be pretty funny, I should say so. If you've seen any of our other videos, then you might assume that we're funny.
Some of them. Maybe
some of them.
Not all.
Not all of them. Yeah. But we mix in some humor sometimes with a lot of good tips, walkthroughs, information that you might need, and just gameplay in general.
Yeah, one last thing. If you are, subscribe, comment, and maybe like what's it called, the monthly thing, or like
yes. Yeah. I've presented this idea to Kevin. All right. What we're gonna do is every time we play a game online, monthly or weekly?
Weekly.
Okay, weekly. We've decided upon this, which is we'll play, say, Call of Duty, Battlefield, any type of online game, especially Injustice, which is just the biggest pain in the ass of an online game ever. We'll do probably about our top 10 rants about specific gamers in general. We'll put their gamer tags and everything, and we'll let you know what pissed us off about them, how annoying they got, and how damn funny it was when we messaged them back about our just extreme distaste and hate and all the things that we are planning to do to their mothers' mouths and assholes.
Whoa.
Regarding about how much they just annoyed us. And we'll copy and paste that down word for word for you guys, let you know just exactly how much they annoyed us. So thanks for watching, subscribe, like, stuff like that.
Comment.
Yeah, comment for anything you've got. This is Hectic Nova. We're signing off. See you later.